A lot of you have asked about my commute to school. Actually, none of you have, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I've been doing this for about 10 years. Ever since my wife came here from Paraguay, I decided that I just wanted one car, so I was going to ride my bike to work. It's only 3.5 miles, a short way, so this is what it looks like. Like all good chocolate chip cookies, starts in the kitchen, put everything on where it's nice and warm, and then wander off into the shop. It's cold, unheated. Roll out the door. It's dark. It is dark in the morning. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it snows, sometimes there's ice, whatever. That's the dark view of High Street. This is the daytime view. I took a ride during a Steelers game where there's hardly anybody out. Coming up on the Scare House and the Etna Park where you can play basketball and deck hockey. And there's a local swimming hole too. Ignore that counter in the bottom left. It's not set properly, and I figured out how to turn it off once I hit my third or fourth ride. Sometimes you hit the sidewalk. Oh, love this bridge. When it's snowing, turn left at the end to follow the nature trail. It's beautiful. And this is that same bridge in the darkness. If it's rained a lot the past few hours, that creek is roaring. Merging into traffic, you got to be careful. You're just trying not to get hit. Left side of the road, whatever you got to do to keep on moving, not get smacked by a car. White helmet, bright yellow jacket, reflective material, flashing front light and rear light. All that stuff helps. This is the left turn onto Dewey Street before you hit the 7-Eleven, the Blarney Stone. Oh, and by the way, during Ivan, the flood of 2004, this whole thing is under 3 to 5 feet of water depending on where you are. It was pretty bad. And if you're passing All Saints near dusk or dawn, there are a ton of birds that live in some of those chimneys. So far it's a city ride and it's kind of boring. But as soon as you hit the base of Little Pine Creek, it gets all fun. Very few lights, very few side streets, not a whole lot of houses, not a whole lot of people living through here. It's actually really nice. It's calming. If there's good moon, you can just have your path illuminated by the moonlight. I prefer to ride without my headlight on if at all possible. When there's traffic, I turn my flasher on, but look at that. This is, okay, the camera isn't picking it up. You can see a whole lot more than this, but it's beautiful. And when you're passing through, make sure to check out the waterfall. If it's rained really hard, there's a lot of water. If it hasn't, whatever, there's still water, and waterfalls are really nice to listen to. I do not see Volkswagen buses very often on my commute. But on the left here in this big field, that's where I counted 52 turkeys one day. Nice, another classic car. This whole valley is about 5 degrees cooler than the rest of the commute. Here's a turn from Little Pine Creek to Marzoff Extension. Watch the inside of that corner. There's always debris, extra snow, and ice. So you got to stay middle of the road. Marzoff Extension is just about my favoriteest hill in this whole area because it just turns and turns and turns and back and forth and changes the incline. It's beautiful. I love it. I see deer through here pretty often. Rustlings of other smaller animals. Turkey cross the path on a regular basis. It's a really nice climb. Not a whole lot of traffic. Not that there's much anyway, but there's very little traffic up this road. And the road is often illuminated, not by my headlight, but by those of passing vehicles. That left turn right there, that's where the horse is. Lots of mornings. If it's a little bit later, a little bit lighter, I can see a horse right up at this farm up ahead. Deer, of course, all over here, but this little enclosure straight ahead, that's where my friendly horse is. Hola, caballo. Va a ser un lindo día, huh? Yeah, I talked to him in some other language. This corner, it's pretty tight and fast. If you got cars coming up behind you, you got to pick up some speed to reduce the relative velocity so they have a better chance of seeing you. And we're pretty high right here, so to our left, you can see the lights of the town, while the 5 dogs in the yard to the right bark at you. And this is where you see the sunrise, too. It's a really nice area. Sometimes I stop and take pictures. Top of the hill, turn a corner. It's a nice little elementary school to your left. Son's in 2nd grade there right now. The other 2 kids will be going there, too. It's a nice place, especially because of the butterfly sculpture made entirely of bicycle parts. Check it out. Still ascending a little bit. Once you hit the very peak, it starts coasting down. You can get some pretty good speed. But then you got to scrub off most of that speed for the left turn onto Weibel. Sometimes cars are coming from the left, you gotta watch it because you can't see anything. I've driven a car for many years, ridden a motorcycle, a 50cc scooter. I walked one time, took 45 minutes, but it was really nice. But this pedaling commute by bicycle is by far the best. Yeah, it's a little sweaty, and you're out in the elements, but that's, I think, the best part of it. Every morning, get up, go off to school. I feel better. I start the day off in a better mood because I get to pedal my bike to school every day. Plus, if I take the short route, it's at least 1,000 miles extra of pedaling time every year. And I often take that long route, which is more than twice as long as this one. You think you're green? You love your Mother the Earth and you're into conservation? You should try riding a bus, riding a bicycle, multimodal transport. All these things are good options. I'll have to take you the long route next time.